I actually went in a truck from Mumbai to Surat and back with a driver, and I captured that whole journey.
Oh, wow.
And I went to the driver's house as well. Was I critical in making that pass so that the other guy could score the goal? And in the end, our team won. The other scary part of it is
Welcome to Dear Future Historians, your 21st century time capsule. We're sealing away the stories of today for the curious minds of tomorrow.
Dear future historians, welcome to the second episode of your most awaited podcast where we talk about entrepreneurship, marketing, and technology. Today, we have with us a very special guest, Mr. Rohan Mascarenhas, who's a global brand head of Volvo Eicher Group. Hello, Mr. Rohan. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for inviting me, and happy to be here and talk about my experiences and the future and everything in between.
So, how's Bangalore treating you?
Well, the weather is good, but the traffic maybe not so.
Not so much. All right. So, before we get started with our questions, I would love to know your journey as to how you chose this career. Because in India, typically our parents want us to be engineers, doctors. How did you choose this path of getting into branding and marketing? What drove you towards this field?
I don't think I chose this field. The field chose me.
Okay.
So, it's just been that way, I guess, from the beginning. Involved in various different creative activities from childhood days, and of course right through school, college, and then during my MBA as well. But more than that, I've always found a very strong curiosity about what motivates people to do whatever they do.
Psychology.
Yes. And how can I really, use that? How for good, of course, and more in the fields of marketing, more in the fields of customer experience, all of that. Because if you get too technical, you're going to tune off people. We're all human beings at heart, and even though we may be taking a decision on finance, or we might be taking a decision on buying a commercial vehicle, but emotions do play a role in every decision that we take. And I found that very interesting. And that kind of created a certain pull factor for me. And as I said, just the right things happened at the right time. And here I am.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So essentially, your fascination about psychology drove you towards how human beings think and how they feel, which in turn made you get into marketing so you could use that for the benefit of others.
Yeah, and actually to begin with, I was on the other side of the fence into advertising and of course events and PR and all of that entire gamut that comes together with the advertising world, so to speak. And then just out of a fluke, a friend referred me to somebody who was in this business, and I got a call, and I just decided to go and meet up. But before I did, I said I worked on every category possible, from chocolates to paints to pharma, but I had not worked on trucking. So I actually went in a truck from Mumbai to Surat and back with a driver, and I captured that whole journey.
Oh, wow.
And I went to the driver's house as well. I went to the place where they load and unload the goods, and of course I experienced what a dhaba life is all about as well, and I captured that. And that was the beginning of it. And,
So that was
here
the
I am.
X factor, basically the thing which helped you stand out and get your foot in the door when it comes to commercial vehicles.
Yeah, not only that, of course, but it really, after that experience, I said, hey, this is something that's interesting and exciting. And there's a great opportunity here as well in this particular category.
Right, absolutely. You've been in the industry for more than 2 decades now. So, what keeps you getting up and what keeps you excited about your everyday work?
There's this famous statement going around, be the best version that you can be. And I look at it slightly different. Uh, what is the best version of the people around me and the business of trucking that I can help, make every single day? Because the very fact is that this business has been looked down upon since ever. And the people in the industry are typically considered unskilled. This industry has been unscientific and unprofessional for a long while, till maybe just about 10 years ago. And I said, there's an opportunity to be part of a system that wants to lift this industry up and make it the best version that it can be. And I want to be a part of that set of people who are doing this. And yes, some are doing it through manufacturing, and some are doing it through different aspects of technology, and some are doing it through policy changes. I said, I think when it comes to the experiences that various different stakeholders can enjoy, whether they are physical or more emotional, I can play a role there.
Wow. So, your drive to be a part of something bigger than yourself is what gets you up every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. And since there's so much of scope here, it's even more motivating as much as it is challenging.
Oh, so you said the industry is looked down upon. So are we talking about the marketing or the branding industry or the commercial
I'm
vehicles
talking about the
industry?
trucks and buses, the commercial vehicle industry.
Okay.
When it comes to these particular vehicles, like even an entrepreneur there is called a truckwala.
Okay.
And the drivers are, have a bad image,
Right.
and nobody really respects them. So as I said, there's a lot that we can do to uplift this particular category, and I want to be a part of that whole purpose.
Wow. Wow. Sounds amazing. Sounds great. Very interesting. My next question to you is, in today's highly competitive world and the cutthroat competition, is I more important than we? So, should someone, operate individually as a lone wolf, or bring the whole team together with them, or bring other people who are maybe their competitors along with them for the journey?
I think it's a bit of both, but I would rather say that in certain aspects, I is more important. And those are specific to building a certain competence for yourself.
Okay.
And ensuring that you are equipped with the right kind of knowledge and the skill sets to actually make a difference.
All
So
right.
to that extent, you should prioritize I.
Okay.
Because let's say you're part of a cricket team or a football team, and you don't prioritize yourself when it comes to training, building new skills, right? Looking after your health and fitness. There's no, tomorrow when you play with the team, you're going to be the weak link. You're not going to be able to perform to your best ability. You're not going to be able to collaborate, and you're not going to be able to actually work together with the team for the best overall output. So in those areas, areas. When it comes to your professional life also, in any sphere, you should prioritize yourself. But then when it comes to achieving a certain larger purpose, it should, be about the team.
Okay.
That's when we should take over.
Right.
And you look at the longer term journey where things will balance out, because if you look at the short run, then you might say, hey, I might be losing out, just like a football player might lose out and say, hey, I didn't score a goal today.
Yeah.
But was I critical in making that pass so that the other guy could score the goal? And in the end, our team won. But maybe tomorrow, somebody else will give you that lovely pass right in front of the goal, and it will be your chance to score.
Yeah.
So you got to look at things a little more long term and in sync with the purpose. And I'm sure the eye also automatically will be lifted up by everyone around you.
Understood. So it's a balance of being selfish sometimes when it comes to upskilling and taking care of yourself, and also being selfless. So you're working towards the greater good, which is the victory of the team. So I think the same concept applies in airplanes. When the cabin pressure is low, put your mask on first, then help the others.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, very insightful. That brings us to our next question. And I think this question is very relevant for all our audiences watching this right now. The question is, how is AI changing the landscape of the commercial vehicle industry? And how is AI changing the landscape of branding and the marketing industry as a whole?
Well, the first one, I guess, is pretty much common to across most manufacturing industries. Your AI is being used when it comes to predictive maintenance, when it comes to smart manufacturing, right? And those are the usual areas, definitely. The more interesting part, and which I'm working more closely with, is using technology to interact with customers.
Okay.
And so that the end customer can become more intelligent in the way they run their business. Right? The driver can become more intelligent in the way he drives and utilizes the truck. Right?
Okay.
That's one area which is we're working on very closely. For example, we have a telematics app, and through that app, the fleet owner sitting remotely anywhere in the world can actually see a digital version of the entire dashboard.
Okay.
And what's happening there. He can see various different functions of the vehicle, from the engine and different aspects of it, the axle, the gearbox, the differentials, and exactly the performance is monitored, and things that could occur are predicted.
Okay.
And it gives certain alerts to the customer in advance, whether something needs to be serviced, whether it needs to be replaced, or there's something critical going to happen, and what is the remedial measure that needs to be taken before there's a breakdown.
All right.
And the other really interesting area is personalization of content.
Okay.
While social media and various apps are becoming a little more smart, but I think we have a way to go in that, because I still see content being broadcasted to me that is not really relevant. Right? Across any form and shape.
Across all platforms?
Yeah, most of them.
Most of the platforms.
And but now we're looking at maybe, let's say, they're understanding my persona.
Yeah.
They're understanding my mindset. They're understanding past trends. They're understanding where I'm calling from, what language I'm familiar with, and automatically the right kind of, let's say, a character pops up and greets me in the language that I would respond to best, right? And
Understood.
let's say if I'm calling from the south and or online from there, and it automatically understands that I'd probably be more comfortable with Malayalam
Malayalam or Tamil or Telugu.
or any of those languages, and a similar character pops up
Okay.
and guides me through whatever they want to know more about or sell, etc.
Okay.
In a more intuitive manner, rather than forcing something which is a generic solution to me.
Understood.
And the solution also could be quickly customized based on a few questions that I'm asked, and that way I'll be more likely to buy into that solution. Right? So how AI can be used for more interactive and personalized content,
Understood.
based on a lot of intuition
Right.
and data, of course.
Okay, so it's like, let's say somebody from South India, they log on to the Eicher Trucks and Buses website, and they are greeted by somebody who understands their language, and they see a familiar face who guides them about what truck is the most suitable for them. So essentially, by incorporating such an AI into the very top of the sales funnel, you are ensuring that the conversion happens, or you're increasing the chances of a conversion, because it's rightly said that people don't buy things from salespeople, they buy things from friends. So yeah, I think
Absolutely. Or they buy things from people who they believe understand them and are trying to give them a very personalized and unique solution,
Right.
rather than trying to push some one size fits all kind of off the shelf one.
okay,
So that's what we're working to, and that also makes the person feel good. It makes the person feel that their time is being valued. Otherwise, somebody has to scroll through everything.
look at the
and figure it out,
specifications
yes.
which they don't really understand.
Yeah. So that's what actually we're working towards.
Right,
as well.
absolutely.
We feel that AI can play a huge role in these few areas. Yeah.
Right. Speaking of AI and the future, so as you might be aware, this podcast is called Dear Future Historians. So we are treating this podcast as a snapshot of the 21st century and what it was like having lived in this century. Now, predictions about the future have been drastically off in the past. For example, if you ask somebody in 1969, the fact that we had landed on the moon, somebody would have said that in a few years, maybe like 5 decades, we would have colonized most planets. But it's 2025 right now, and we've still just been to the moon. Now we're starting Mars missions. So, my question to you is, and this is a three-part question. So, I would like to know from you, what is your prediction about the branding or the marketing scenario, or even the commercial vehicle scenario, 100 years from now, followed by 500 years from now, and then 1,000 years from now? So if we speak of branding and marketing, right now AI generated content is already being circulated and it's doing extremely well. Avatars and videos which are generated entirely by AI, it's almost indistinguishable from real videos, which were created by humans just a few years ago. And creating these videos is becoming as simple as writing a good prompt. And that's already happening. What do you think the future is going to look like?
Well, that's really looking far into the future, but what I think is, of course, the first thing that technology can do, and we're working towards it, is reduce the unpredictability of things which lead to a certain chaos, or what should I say, not so welcome events. And I would probably start with maybe health. For example, of course, you have a smartwatch these days, but imagine if you swallowed a pill
Yeah.
and it monitored every part of your body.
Oh.
And it was connected to everything. And of course, your smartwatch was connected to it as well. And it was monitoring the threshold limits of, let's say, just how much your angle your arm should move, your pupils, your heart rate, of course, and your sugar levels, but every single aspect. And it could tell you when your muscle is just about, going to be sprained or pulled, whatever it is, at a very, very basic level, and then right up to predict when you're probably, might have a heart attack.
Oh.
And it will not only send you an alert on your watch, your loved one, your spouse, your partner, your, etc., and your doctor sitting anywhere else, all would get those alerts.
Right. So it's
And
like
so
a
we'll be
first
able to
diagnosis.
predict and prevent, yes, things, adverse things going wrong, and a certain level of chaos also when it comes to traffic or when it comes to various different aspects, which I think Bangalore would need the most.
I agree. Believe me, I agree.
And we would be able to lead far more efficient lives. We would be able to lead lives that are less, lower levels of risk involved. At least we'll be able to predict it and take remedial action. So that's one area that I would see. But the other scary part of it is, well, that's what makes life so interesting as well, right? The unpredictability of it.
Absolutely.
If I could read your thoughts all the time and I knew what you were going to say and what you were going to do, I think that would be pretty boring.
Well,
right?
maybe that's not so far into the future, though. I think Elon Musk is doing that with Neuralink. It's going to be installed in our brains pretty soon.
But I'm not too sure how interesting that is, whether it'll really catch on.
Okay.
People, at the end of the day, we're humans and we want a bit of fun, we want a bit of
Uncertainty.
touch. We want a bit of that. I don't want to be knowing everything time what's going to happen, what somebody's going to say, what somebody's going to do. What would I look forward to then? What would really excite me if I knew everything that's going to happen?
It's kind of like watching a movie in which everything goes right, but like everything, if there's no suspense, no plot twist, life would get very monotonous and boring. Yeah.
And more than that is if you knew all the twists and turns of a suspense thriller,
Then it's not a
including the
suspense
ending,
thriller.
why would you watch it?
Exactly. I agree. I absolutely agree.